Why did Otto Warmbier die 6 days after he got out of the North Korean jail for taking down a poster? In March 2016, a 22-year-old University of Virgin student was convicted for taking down a poster against North Korea and was sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. But what happened exactly during his detention in North Korea will forever remain a mystery. Before discussing Otto, let's look at how strict North Korea's laws are. Since the Korean War, these laws have controlled almost everything in the country, like the economy, media, and travel. North Korea is known for being isolated and facing harsh conditions with serious human rights problems. Despite this, its mysterious reputation is what captivates outsiders because of its secretive nature. Tourism is tightly controlled, limiting where visitors can go and what they can photograph. You are not even allowed to wear blue jeans. And even suicide is banned and comes with consequences. So when something as little as jeans is banned, imagine what disrespecting North Korean leaders, especially by Americans, is viewed as, and any unauthorized actions are treated as possible espionage and a threat. Traveling there means strict schedules and limited freedom, with tour guides closely monitoring activities. So why does this matter? Because for Americans like Otto Warmbier, visiting North Korea entails risks, including detention. Otto Frederick Warmbier was an American college student who was detained in North Korea in 2016 on charges of subversion. Following his release from North Korea in June 2017, Warmbier was in a vegetative state and passed away shortly after his parents requested the removal of his feeding tube. He went to Wyoming High School, where everyone liked him and he did well in his studies. He graduated in 2013 as the second highest achiever in his class. Later, he went to the University of Virginia, where he studied commerce and economics. He also studied abroad at the London School of Economics. Warmbier, studying overseas in China, joined a tour group visiting North Korea before his detention. Staying at Pyongyang's Yanggakdo Hotel, Otto's arrest stemmed from an incident involving a stolen propaganda poster. He went for a budget tour of North Korea through Young Pioneer Tours, a China-based agency with the slogan, "Destinations Your Mother Would Rather You Stayed Away From." A Warmbier continued on his journey on December 29, 2015, flying from Beijing to North Korea with a group of 10 other Americans for a 5-day New Year's tour. They celebrated New Year's Eve in Pyongyang's Kim Il-sung Square before returning to the Yanggakdo International Hotel, where some continued drinking. According to his trial, Warmbier attempted to take a propaganda poster from a staff-only area of the hotel around 2 a.m. on New Year's Day. On January 2, 2016, while getting ready to leave North Korea, Warmbier was suddenly arrested at Pyongyang International Airport. Danny Grattan, a British member of Warmbier's tour group, saw it happen. He described how guards approached Otto, tapped him on the shoulder, and led him away without saying a word. Grattan nervously joked that they might not see Otto again, not realizing how true those words would be. Later, when the group's plane was about to take off, an official came on board and announced that Otto was very sick and had been taken to the hospital. Some reports suggested that Otto spoke to a Young Pioneer tour guide after his arrest, but they denied this, saying none of their employees had contact with Otto after he was taken away. Meanwhile, the rest of the tour group left the country without any problems. His arrest gained worldwide attention, but there were different stories about what happened. North Korea said Otto did something to threaten their country, leading to his arrest and later admitting to it. His family wanted him back quickly, but it was hard because of diplomatic and legal problems. In a video shown on North Korean TV, Otto said he took a poster, making things more complicated. But some people didn't believe North Korea's claims about Otto, thinking there might be hidden reasons behind them. On March 16, 2016, shortly after U.S. envoy Bill Richardson met with North Korean diplomats in New York to push for Warmbier's release, Warmbier was tried and found guilty in North Korea's Supreme Court. He was charged with allegedly attempting to mess with the harmony of the North Korean people. The evidence presented during his trial included his confession, CCTV footage, fingerprint evidence, and witness testimony. The footage showed a man, identified as Warmbier, entering a staff-only area and removing a poster from the wall. Warmbier confessed that he abandoned the poster when he realized it was too large to carry. A hotel staff member testified that they noticed the poster was missing and reported it to the authorities. In his confession, Warmbier expressed regret for allowing himself to be manipulated by the U.S. administration and begged for forgiveness from the North Korean government and people. Warmbier received a harsh sentence of 15 years of hard labor. After spending 17 months in detention, Warmbier, who remained in a comatose condition, was medically transported from Pyongyang Friendship Hospital to Cincinnati. He arrived in Cincinnati on the evening of June 13 and was admitted to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center. Doctors there began assessing his condition to identify the cause of his coma and to assess any potential signs of recovery. Medical records from North Korea revealed that Otto had been in this vegetative state since April 2016, 1 month after his conviction and imprisonment. After his release, North Korean authorities gave 2 MRI brain scans, dated April and July 2016, showing significant damage in Otto Warmbier's brain. According to his medical team, the brain scans showed extensive loss of brain tissue throughout, consistent with a lack of oxygen due to a cardiopulmonary event. They were unable to determine the cause of the cardiac arrest, but speculated it could have been triggered by respiratory failure. Doctors found no evidence of physical abuse or torture on Otto Warmbier's neck and head, aside from the brain injury. At the family's request, an autopsy was not performed, and only a post-mortem external examination was conducted. It was speculated that his death may have been caused by complications such as a blood clot, pneumonia, or sepsis. A funeral for Warmbier was held on June 22, 2017 at Wyoming, Ohio, High School, with more than 2,500 mourners attending. What are your thoughts on this story? What do you think Otto Warmbier's experience was like during his detention in North Korea? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to follow for more crime stories.